Welcome everyone, I'm in Spokane, Washington today, and I'm roaming around checking out the filming locations of the 1993 film Benny and Joon. And I figured maybe you would want to tag along. Do ya? Do you want to tag along? Join me. Shall you? First stop is the location of Benny's Car Care. That's it right there. The opening shot would have been right here, and across that marquee it would have said Benny's Car Care, and then there would have been a red cross right there. The interesting thing is, all along the side of this, the stains look exactly the same as they did in the movie. Right here is where they were all sitting around the metal table working on their tools, and she walks up right about here where these tires were, and the counter in here is now long, but it used to be this way, and you can see a shot where that door opens and closes back in the back down there. So it's changed a lot in here, but it still has that same feel from Benny and Joon. People get really weirded out when you're filming, especially a business. Even though I asked for permission and they said it was okay, I don't know if they really understand what I'm doing, so I guess it goes with the territory. Arriving now at the Benny and Joon house. This is one of the first scenes in the movie after the auto shop where Benny is walking down the road, and you can see this is the exact shot you can see up here. This overpass and the house right here on the right hand side. Originally I didn't think I was going to be able to go inside the house, but this kind gentleman that lives across the street just asked me, "Do you want to go in there?" My reply was yes. A lot of scenes take place here in front of the house. Of course, the car was parked here. The tree has been removed. There used to be a huge tree that Johnny Depp was sitting in. Right up in there, he was lofted in there. They kept torn the tree out. And then when they come out of the door and they're looking for Sam, Sam would have been sitting across the street right here on a mailbox. There was a mailbox right there. This has all been changed. This house is new, this condo is new. A lot has changed, but a lot of it really does still look the same. You can see on the porch, they even have a little placard that says Benny and Joon. Oh, you can have the Benny and Joon poster there on the wall too. Yep. And the cane here, well, that's probably a reproduction of his cane, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know.
And this is the kitchen. Definitely looks a lot different than it did in the movie. So right in here they built, this is where they would have built the extension. This is where Joon's little paint area would have been. From what I can tell, the interiors were not filmed inside here. Just the exteriors. Right down here they built a garden, and this area was where the garden was, and then they built onto the back side of this house. So right here, this whole area was Joon's room. And that's where she did her painting, and then they did that song, "I would walk 500 miles." That all happened right in here, and that's also where Johnny Depp slept on the couch, and where they had the romantic moment after the balloon song. Remember all that? That happened. That happened right there. They were sitting right here on the shore talking. You could see the house up there in the background with that massive porch that was built on, that was removed after the filming. Someone has painted Johnny Depp's character from Benny and Joon on the side of this wall, which is very appropriate because right down there is the cafe from the movie. The owner of the place told me that the bar is the same bar. They just extended it out 2 more feet. There used to be a booth right here, and that's where Johnny Depp ran by, slid on the ground right here, then did the little shuffling and the juggling of the food right there in the bench. The owner of the place is a really nice guy and told me a lot of really cool information about how the fire burned out all the old booths and he replaced them, and how the counter itself is the original counter. They had to put a new countertop on it to make it a little bit longer, but it still has the same kind of feel as it did in Benny and Joon. So that's really cool. Right here next to these silos at this house is where Benny was visiting his friend Eric, and they were having the discussion, and Eric said, "Your life is literally passing you by," right up there on that little porch.
Your life is literally passing you by. I spend my life working on cars and taking care of my sister.
This is also the spot where Joon first sees Sam. The car's driving right along here, and Johnny Depp's character would have been up in that tree as Joon drives by, just like that truck did. Arriving now where Julianne Moore's character, Ruthie, lived and managed an apartment building. And this is the apartment building right here. One scene in particular where her and Benny in the rain pulled their car right up here, right about where this yellow truck is, and then she gets out of the car and runs up the steps. This is the porch where she was given the flowers. She was sitting right there on this exact porch. And the girl that lives here gave me permission to take a picture and get a little video clip. So that was nice. Walking up on the location where Johnny Depp's character worked at the video store, and it's right here. This is the exact spot he would have been sitting. In fact, he would have been sitting right there. You can see that crack in the movie, as well as this parking meter and this pole. And the help wanted sign was right there on the window of the video store.
I want to help.
Now the door is locked, but you can kind of see inside where the counter of the video store used to be. So right in there was about where the counter was. That would have been where the video store counter was, right there on the right. It's too bad the door is locked and we can't get in, but you can see through the window. When the three of them are sitting on a picnic blanket, the picnic blanket would have been right around in here. And then when Johnny Depp is pretty much chasing the hat, that was all done right in this area here with the backdrop of the carousel. You see Johnny Depp bending to pick his hat up pretty much right where we're standing. And if you look closely, you see the carousel in the background and that electrical box off in the distance. Right down here is where Johnny Depp would have got on the chair, tipped the chair over, and then they would have walked home while Benny waited and just sat on a bench right there. Behind me is the scene where the commotion on the bus was, and they pull over here and they take Joon away. And you can tell this is it, because look at these big pillars underneath this bridge. This is the spot. The hospital where Joon is taken and Johnny Depp scaffolds the side of the wall is right there. In reality, it's a retirement community, but it does look a lot like a hospital. It hasn't really changed much since the movie was filmed, and right up here is where Johnny Depp was swinging. Him and a stuntman, they both did a couple different scenes, and he was swinging from a rope right into those windows trying to get Joon to notice him, and then he fell straight down behind those hedges. Joon walking out of here sees Sam, Johnny Depp in a wheelchair right there, and the movie ends. Thanks for joining me on this quick little jaunt around Spokane, Washington to check out the filming locations of Benny and Joon. Please subscribe to this channel, it's absolutely free. And if you need a little bit more delving into my life, if you will, check out my second channel, my daily vlog channel, The Daily Woo. I cover a wide variety of subjects from morning till night. See you guys later. Goodbye.